Every town should have a Punisher. The people that have intelligence, that have open minds, they will still have an open mind.
Fucking life. Not a black person without a life.
To me, I feel like it's a little bit of a slap in the face to this country.
GHI.
Do you know what that is? Yeah.
No, seriously, I can't go already to shit.
And Polish people all look the same.
Welcome to GHI. I'm here with John Kaczor.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
I'm good, man.
Anybody from Linden knows John Kaczor?
Stop.
We're not going to talk about that today. We're actually going to talk about something a little more interesting.
Right.
You are the subject of a documentary about becoming sober
Oh, man.
and sobriety and the change in your life.
Yeah.
And I've known you since we were in middle school, right?
Long time, yep.
So and drank at bars and done all that crap. It's a big change.
Oh,
You're
my
actually quite the public figure. You're
Wow.
somebody that people look up to. A lot of people listen to.
That's crazy.
Did you ever think that was going to happen?
Definitely did not. Listen to me. I had to teach him how to do the bad shit, but yeah, things are different today, man. It's a beautiful thing, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of wisdom. See, all good things come from doing bad things.
Ooh, tell me about it, bro.
Yeah. So how long you been sober?
Oh man, today's what? March 13th. On the 26th of this month, I'll have 2.5 years, man.
Wow.
Crazy. 2.5 years.
Now here's the big question.
Yeah.
How many years were you partying?
Oh my God. Let's see. 2.5 years times that by 10, man. Yeah, about 25 years. Yep.
So in 2.5 years, you completely turned your life around.
Yeah, I would say so, man.
Yeah.
It's night and day compared to what it was, dude. So, it's like, you get to a point where in your personal life where, you're looking for a change, and I got to that point.
Yeah. Hey, I was actually going to ask you, did you hit rock bottom, or was it like a gradual shit's got to change? Because everybody's different.
Yeah, I would say no. A few times I thought I was at rock bottom in my career, and then I dug subterranean. Yeah, there was still room I could dig, and it's crazy, man. I could probably pinpoint a few times: 2008, 2010, 13. I thought I was there, and you're really then 2016 was my time. So I basically I was on the run from a warrant that I had for 2 years.
Been there?
Yep. And finally, when I got arrested, I just threw my hands up. The cop put the cuffs on me, and I was like, this is it. I got to try a different way now.
You got to try a different way.
Yeah. 2014, the judge sent me to treatment in Elizabeth Trinitas Hospital. And I was really faking it then,
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I went to Trinitas and I faked it.
Anytime you're not ready, that shit ain't never gonna work if you're forced to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2016 was different because I said I was gonna do it for me. That was the biggest thing. Every time I tried to get clean and tried to get sober, I was doing it for somebody else, man. And that shit.
No matter how much you love somebody else, it just ain't the same.
You said it, brother.
You gotta love yourself to love somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about this documentary? You want to tell us about your producer and what he's doing?
Absolutely. Awesome kid, man. Young guy from Linden. He's I call him little bro. I could really call him little son. My son. He's going to the Digital Film Academy in New York, and I met him about a year ago. He came into the yoga studio I was at, and we just started kicking it, and he said he was a waiter at Luciano's in Rahway, and I said, that's awesome. I was waiting tables in Metuchen, and I said, I'm going to stop by. So I called up one day, and I made reservations, and he probably was blown away when I walked in there. I went with my girl. We had a beautiful dinner, exchanged information, okay? So for the last 9 months, he's been watching me on Instagram and social media, doing what I do, and I've been watching him, and I'm like, oh wow, he's going to film school and all that. Totally joking around. I hit him up one day, and I was like, you ever need a middle-aged white guy? I'm your man, because I'm seeing he's doing all this film stuff. And he goes, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna be doing some projects coming up, and you might be interested. Never thinking anything like this. So about 2 months ago, he hits me up and he's like, you know, I got to do a final project for school, and I was thinking of doing it on your recovery. And I was like, get out of here, man. Blown away by it, but also excited, you know. Because, you know, it's one thing, you know, I put myself out there, and
But somebody else wants to put you out there.
yeah, he wants to capture it, you know, and I get it, you know, because it's a humbling experience for me, to be honest with you, you know, from just where I was 2.5 years ago. And, you know, we got together, kicked some ideas around, you know, and I'm really concerned. My big concern is doing good for him, because this is going to be his, you know, final project for school. He said they're doing some on like immigration and Trump, and the fact that he wants to focus on one person and stuff, it's pretty mind blowing to me. And
Well, I think that's kind of actually a really smart idea, because when you start macro analyzing things, the picture's not going to be that great.
You're right.
Because it's, you know, it's going to be a lie. This is going to be some truth.
It is.
And you've always been a character. You know, I mean, anybody that follows this man on Instagram or sees his Facebook, he does a variety of things. I mean, he's been notable of late, which we're not going to talk about, but I mean, headstands everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, yoga school. The baby.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the baby?
Oh man, look, it's like, you know me, man. I'm a character. I'm a comedian. I always love to make people laugh, and you know, I just have my crazy ways about it. You know, I've always been, you know, what's the saying? A jack of all trades, master of none. You know, I've always done, you know, crazy things to make people laugh, often at the expense of myself, which I I really don't mind. You know, I'm the master at self-deprecating humor. So yeah.
From years of partying, we all get that.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. You know,
I mean, come on, you got to share these stories. The shit
my
that
God.
happens, you know.
I was telling somebody, you know, a few stories the other day. Honestly, the girl I'm dating, the woman I'm dating, I tell her stories, and she's like, "No, that's not you. You didn't do that. That can't be." You know, it's the first woman I've ever been with that
Doesn't know that.
yeah, that doesn't know that side of me. So it's pretty crazy, man. So yeah. So what we're gonna do is we got together. We already made a little trailer. I think you saw it.
Yes.
You know, we were at the train station. It's just gonna basically take me from you know, where I was through my awakening. You know, where I was. You know, I literally had one, man. I didn't know that actually existed. You know, the moment of clarity. But I had mine in a jail cell in Essex County. You know, face down on a cold floor, like I've been a million times. You know, it was like, I said to myself, you know, I'm the smartest idiot you'll ever meet. You know, I'm like, I've never been to jail unless I was drunk, doing drugs, some shit like that. So it's amazing that the last time I was in jail was the last time I was high or drunk. You know, I got arrested on my 39th birthday. You know,
Wow.
My clean date is my birthday, you know?
Rebirth.
Yeah, man. So in many ways, you know, my 40th birthday, I celebrated 1 year clean. And it was really amazing, man. So, you know, that whole 2017 was it's always going to be my favorite year. That was my first calendar year.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot.
It really does, man. You got to really, you got to change everything, man. You know, and it was really my way of thinking. Switched it from negative to positive. You know, one of my best friends, Miguel Pena. He told me one time.
I love balling with him, man.
Yeah.
I miss playing football with him, man.
He told me one time, he's like, "Yo, me and you are the same person, dude, except I think positive, you think negative." And I was like, for years, I struggled with that, and then finally admitted to him since I got clean. I was like, "You're right, man," and pretty much just switched my.
Now that you've been clean and sober for 2.5 years, who wins in a race, you or Miguel?
Let me tell you something, man. He will always be the better athlete.
This guy, I witnessed this guy will a ball into his hands in the end zone.
Oh yeah.
He's a hell of a baller,
Classic
man.
Union.
I had 3 great tackles in that game.
I know you did. You guys should have won. You guys definitely should have won.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it.
So so basically, what my hopes with this is that I want to use it like I told you earlier. I want to use it for probably something in my life. Today, tomorrow. Excuse me. There's an event in Rahway I'm going to. They're having a Narcan class or something. They're going to give out to the public. People Narcan. Literally, like I had to call. One time I had about a year clean, and I found a kid overdosing at the Linden train station, and I called the cops, and they came and they gave him the Narcan. First time I ever saw that done. And,
It's an epidemic now, and it's just happening at a rate that's just.
And the problem is that the Narcan's not even helping the people that are messed up now on the fentanyl, man. It's not. They need 3 doses to get out of it. If they can get saved, so
I mean, how do they engineer these fucking drugs? I mean, it's like it doesn't seem like an accident to me. But but regardless of that, there's a lot of kids out there make 1, 2, 3 mistakes.
Oh yeah,
and then just keep piling up.
Yeah, I'm trying to use my platform now because I'm so grateful to the fact my story is the same as a lot of people, man. 07, 08ish, the pills were crazy. The oxycodone, Roxicet, and I got caught up in it, man. It was.
It's
insane.
cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap. It's cheap, easy, and it's sanctioned.
Yeah.
It makes it real difficult,
Until it wasn't cheap anymore, and then.
Of course, as soon as you got them.
And then.
Then it's this,
So I'm selling them, I'm doing them, and then around 2010ish, I'm like, damn, I'm basically
selling just to use.
Yeah. Just
I did that.
Just to keep up a habit, and you're hating yourself. Basically, I put it like this, man. I dipped my toe in a world literally where my body couldn't get enough of it. My heart wanted no part of it, and my mind raced frantically every single day to find a way out of it. You're waking up in the morning, you're like, okay, I gotta go get this. But I hated myself, And then my mind is like, dude, you gotta find a way out of this, or you're gonna die. So the fact that I got clean right around the time the fentanyl started hitting makes me even more grateful because I know 100% I'd probably be dead right now. Yeah.
So is that what you hope to? One of the things you hope to achieve with being a part of his documentary, just getting that out there for people? Because
absolutely.
At 39, making that change. If a 39-year-old middle-aged white man can make that change, a 25-year-old.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, man. The rooms at NA. I'm a member at NA. I go to meetings as much as I can. When I first got clean, I was going to every single day. But there's a lot of young kids in there, man. Let me tell you, and I'm proud of them all, man. I said, if I first of all, I lost the obsession to use, which I never thought would happen in my life. Now that the obsession has been lifted, and I have some clarity, I'm like, if I could have known that this feeling existed 10 years ago, I would have signed up on the dotted line,
Of course.
But everything happens for a reason. My story, it happened the way it was supposed to happen. So I want people to see this and say, you could live a life like that. You could change. Okay, a kid just came out the other day on social media. Said he had 18 months sober. I was blown away by it. I was like, yes, man, that's awesome. I bumped into his mother. Now she must have saw that I wrote him a comment. Okay, because she started talking about sobriety to me, and you wouldn't do that just normally. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Just bump into somebody. So I'm like, okay, she probably knows my story, and she's beaming, and she has so much joy in her face. And for a second, man, I felt like I was talking to my mom, and I knew how proud she would look. Okay, so I went and I wrote him a little. Yeah, I wrote him a little thing on Facebook. I said, look, you can delete this if you want, but I just want to let you know that. You helped me stay sober today. I bumped into your mother. She's so joyful, all this stuff. And then he goes, yeah, listen, I was embarrassed, and I felt that too. The guilt, the shame. And then he goes, this might sound like a little backhanded compliment, a backhanded compliment, but, I thought if John could do it, I could do it. And I was like, no, you just made my whole 2.5 years of what I've been doing come to fruition, man, because that was not backhanded to me at all. That was exactly what I wanted to hear.
Well, that's kind of the thing with your post and when you talk about it, you're very open.
Yeah.
Now, Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, it's anonymous for a reason, because not everybody's ready to handle that, and
Yeah.
and people got to do things on their own
Look,
time.
look,
You know what I mean?
Look, NA and AA is great for, Phil S. It's great for, John K.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just choosing to bring it out because, social media is there, man. I came out on 120 days, 4 months, and I even said it. I said, to a normal person, this is 4 months. To me, it's a minor miracle. I had people relapsing around me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put my face out there and hold myself accountable, all right? Because, look, man, I know I'm one drink away and one hit away, from being back to where the hell I was. But, I'm doing what I feel like I have to do. Everybody's program is different. I don't judge nobody.
Mm-hmm. Everybody makes their amends in their own.
Absolutely, man, and because it's
and
like
you're choosing to do it to benefit as many people as you can, and
Absolutely.
it's got to be hard for some people. I don't think it's as hard for you because of your personality. I think like you kind of have to do that because you've always been a very caring guy. I don't want to get all bushy and shit, but you've always been a good guy. You just had a problem.
what it comes down to though is like I've met a big community on Instagram. See, Facebook is a lot of people
Yeah.
personally. And let me tell you something, not everybody is rooting for you, man. There's people out there that are like, come on, man, relapse.
Relapse. I need a free bag.
Yeah,
tonight.
show me some of the old John. But Instagram, I've connected with a community. That's amazing, and I'll tell you what, man, I check on a lot of them a lot of times, man, because it's the ones that are smiling, it's the ones that are putting themselves out there that you got to check on and be like, yo, are you okay, man? Because we're inspiring a lot of people, but of course you're gonna see all the good shit on fucking social media, you know what I mean? But you don't see all the behind the scenes shit.
I was very close to somebody. I don't want to tell her story because that's wrong.
Yeah.
But she went through that stage
Right.
where things were wrong,
Yeah.
and that's when she was out there.
Yeah.
I mean, she was taking on she was being a sponsor
Yeah.
after like relapsing within
Right.
like a month, and it's just that's
Yeah.
But she got there, and
Right.
and now she's like
Flourishing.
She's flourishing. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Asshole to me, but fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of her. And
Yeah.
but like I saw like people that knew you before, and
Yeah.
then as opposed to your girlfriend that didn't know that person.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
everything about her.
Right.
And it's quite amazing because it works.
It is. Like,
works.
speaking of, just it's crazy. This Friday, in 2 days, I'm actually going to be at a NA meeting, and my buddy, he's another Linden guy. He asked me to present him his 1-year medallion. So that's a tradition they do in NA.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, the fact that he asked me. And I went back and I looked at our conversations right before he got clean because he was hitting me up. Now, I saw this guy in meetings when I first got clean, and I'm like, yo, man, what's up, bro? Yeah, we're going to do this, And then, people come in and out of the room.
Sure.
You lose track. You don't know what's going on. So one day he hits me up. I went back and I saw he hit me up on November 21st, 2017. That was the 10-year anniversary of my mother passing. That has nothing to do with anything, but it was just.
You're gonna remember that, yeah.
I'm gonna remember that. And
Speaking of
he started.
addiction, excuse me.
Yeah, man, go ahead. He starts talking to me about I'm struggling now. Since I saw him in the rooms, I thought he just meant he's having a bad day, and I'm like, wait, you mean you're using? He's like, yeah, and I'm like, shit, man, and it's like, you want to help people, but all I really could do was just pray that he got back. So then the next time he hit me up was a few months later, and he said he had 30 days clean. So I was like, yes. So Friday I get to
Now
get
you
him.
can now you can work with him.
Yeah.
And it's in a year.
But it's a year, right? And it's like
4 months is huge, right?
Whew, yeah.
3 months is huge.
Yeah,
That
man.
first 3 months.
Yeah. That's why they tell you they suggest 90 meetings in 90 days, and basically just to get a footing, man, because you're
To recreate yourself.
yeah, pretty much, dude.
Because a lot of people fall back from boredom.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people fall back from loneliness.
Yep.
And you think that clarity will come, but it doesn't come right away because
Oh, yeah.
you're still pushing all that shit out.
Oh yeah, and they say you're on the pink cloud. You're floating on a pink cloud. And you know, I was for so long, and I think, you know, it's wearing off a little bit now, and it's like, okay, now life's here, and guess what? There ain't no fucking parade, man. I thought when I had a year, I woke up and I'm thinking there's gonna be a fucking parade.
Well,
Guess what?
you make your own parade.
Yeah, I made my own parade, but guess what, man? Life goes on. Nobody, you know, nobody owes you shit. You know, nobody really gives a fuck, man. You gotta just give a fuck about yourself.
That's perfect segue. That's a perfect segue. No, go ahead. It's freaking internet, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. This is perfect segue for this question. Is there anything from the old days that you really miss?
Oh.
and is there anything now
Yeah.
that you can't live without that you would never have known without being sober?
Oh man, I mean, dude, I romanticize shit a lot, man. I talk about the old days, and you know, it's like, you know, yeah, life's fucking can be boring. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was out there fucking living the fast life. Mm-hmm. Fast women at the bars every night. You know what I mean? I still pass the driftwood all the time, man. And I pulled up in front of there the other day. My people were out there, and I was like, nah, and I pulled away. But yeah, man, definitely, you miss all that. But you know, it's just what I have now. I wouldn't give up in a million years, bro. Like, you know, it's until you taste it, you know, and I don't know. I don't know. I surprise myself sometimes, dude. Sometimes I don't even notice myself.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't even look in the mirror for a lot of those last years, but
and now you're putting your face in the camera.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
Telling your story.
Crazy.
And actually telling freaking hysterical shit to the masses. Starting all kinds of uproar with just being funny.
Yeah.
A little bit of satire. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought a little bit of satire would get everybody's panties in a bunch, you know? But doing all this thing, what's next? Because I mean, you've built on this, but you've also built quite a internet following on memes. Now you went through the last thing, but like you said, we did the baby thing, doing headstands everywhere. The moments with John. What would you call that thing where you just started spitting over by where the old photo mat was?
Oh man, yeah, I missed that. I'm a little mad. My bench is gone.
I know. I was like, that motherfucker took your bench. That motherfucker took your bench on purpose.
I don't want to say it's because of me, but
but we all know it's because of you.
Look, I went back and actually count. I started counting the videos, man. I did, you know, 100-some videos in front of there. Most of it was just to inspire people, because most of it was you had to listen to the lyrics. The lyrics usually held a little key to it.
A lot of people were listening to that shit for sound bites.
But as far as like the work done and the handstand stuff goes, it's like, you know, growing up being an athlete, you know, I played baseball, I ran track.
We got our track guy.
Yeah, man.
We always have our track.
I don't know about that.
Not anymore.
But
a long time ago.
It's like you know, you got that in you. I did karate for many years, and it's like, you know, you want to get that back, but the physical shit is the least important to me of all that you gotta have, man. And it's like yeah,
you gotta have that peace of mind, right?
Yeah.
And it's fleeting, so you gotta fucking you gotta control it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like every day I wake up, dude, I go out in my backyard, look up at the sun, and you know, I do that whole thing, being grateful, you know. And it's tough because you gotta be you gotta be humble, you gotta and that's why somebody said to me the other day, they're like, you know, you're out there, you're arguing with the mayor, all this, you know, don't you think it's taken away from your sobriety? And I'm like, what does one have to do with the other, man? You know what I mean? Like,
you're just talking for people.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
It's like I've been sitting out here talking for people going through trying to get sober. Mm-hmm. Now I'm talking for people trying to, you know, like, yeah, they're not the same, but in one way it is similar because you're helping people.
Yeah, right.
So, you know, I mean, if you're gonna make amends, why not make it to the fucking world?
So see you at the next meeting on Tuesday, buddy, man. But no, seriously, back to Andres'
Yes. Let's get some more on that.
Like, don't think it's gonna be like some full. Like, put it this way, man. I said this before. Like, you know, this isn't about 6 degrees of separation. If it's not you, it's somebody you know immediately. You know that is struggling with something, man. Even if it's not, you know, like they say, you know, once an addict, always an addict. You know, and it's. I think back about my behavior. You know, I always had addictive behavior, but like,
once a drug addict, not always a drug addict. The drugs are just a symptom of
Of a deeper problem.
yeah, exactly. Of the disease they call it. People don't like calling it a disease, the malady, the condition, the ailment, whatever the fuck.
Okay.
I was class because of me.
No, I think he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna be all right.
I hope. Podcast with some dude back in 06 before podcasts were even big, and he told me, forget the how, the what, the why. It's always about the who. It's always about the person. And it's just about connecting with people. And listen, he told me his mission is to have me bawling at the end of this thing. And I have a feeling just from meeting him and knowing him and hanging out with him, he's gonna accomplish that.
Yeah, if you can have your ball at the end of that, I mean that wraps that wraps up the whole fucking thing, right? In a nice little bow, because he's got to sell his shit too.
Oh,
He's got teachers to sell that shit too.
Mm-hmm.
And in New York it's tough. So
yeah.
But that's a great place to end. I had more questions and stuff, but I think that's I think we've encapsulated what we need to talk about.
Pretty much.
I would love to have you back to talk about anything. Maybe after.
Yeah, I hit you with some crazy stories next time.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we get Dixon to be mayor, and then we have nothing to talk about because everything's running good.
I got to make sure the statutes of limitations are over on some of them, though. But
stories.
Love it, man.
Oh, thanks a lot, brother.
Dude,
I appreciate
love
it,
you, bro.